Hi, I'm Kathy from Catalyst Fitness and Nutrition, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about macros and how you can make those work for you. So instead of tracking calories, what I have my clients do is track their macros. And the difference between tracking macros and tracking calories is that instead of focusing on just the number of calories, we're actually focusing on the macronutrients like protein, fat, and carbohydrates. So I know it sounds a little bit more complicated than it actually is. You use an app like I recommend MyFitnessPal because that's the one that I'm used to, but there are a ton of apps out there that you can use, and you simply just enter in the food. You can snap barcodes and the nutrient value is going to come up for those foods. So it's going to show how many calories it has, the fat grams, the carbohydrates, and the protein, and then it will show some other values as well, like fiber, and then all the vitamins and micronutrients. So that is just going to give you a little bit of a clearer picture of where your calories are actually coming from. So what I do is I would set your macros to be the most optimum for losing weight. If you wanted to lose weight, for instance, if you wanted to build a little bit of muscle, then you would have a little bit of a different macronutrient profile. But so that's what that means when people are saying that they track their macros. So tracking macros is super effective because you have that range to shoot for, and this is going to bring your body into the optimal state for most of my clients to lose weight. So you want to make sure that you're getting close to your protein targets, and carbs, you want to have those lined up, as well as the fats. And so what I find is that most of my online clients, when they start working with me, their protein is pretty low, and then their carbohydrates are really high, and then fat is usually somewhere in between. So I like to have the protein a little bit higher. This is going to keep you feeling full longer, and this is going to get you your results quicker because you don't really need to be in an excess of carbohydrates. Excess carbohydrates are going to get stored as fat. So will extra protein, but you can actually utilize more protein. So that is why I have that recommendation. And so keeping your calories balanced, eating in a balanced way, is going to help you lose weight and get you to your goals a lot quicker. Now, you don't have to be super perfect with this. So let's say 30% protein, 40% carbs, and that's going to leave you 30% fat. So you could be, anywhere between 25 to 35% protein, and then same with the carbs, like 35 to 45, or with the fats, 25 to 35%. It doesn't have to be like super nailed in every single day, but as long as you are hitting those goals, that is going to get you your results. So, and the reason why I want people to stay pretty consistent in those ranges is because it's going to teach your body how to basically crave like different foods. So when you set up a meal and it's balanced pretty well with the macros, your body starts getting used to that style of eating. So setting up your nutrients throughout the day, or I should say macros, setting your macros throughout the day, making sure if you have to have, say your targeted number is 120 grams of protein, you're going to want to make sure that you're getting 40 grams of protein per each meal. So if you only had 10 grams of protein for breakfast, that's going to leave you with 110 grams of protein to eat throughout the day, and that's going to be really hard. So that's why we want to track these, to make sure that you are actually getting enough at each meal so that you're spreading it out. That's going to keep your energy up. It's going to make you stay full longer, and that's where weight loss comes in. So yes, you're going to be in a deficit, but it doesn't have to be so hard. It shouldn't feel like it's like a diet. You can eat whatever you want with this flexible dieting. You just make sure that it fits into your macros. So some days, like when you do your plan, like maybe you are planning on having a ribeye steak. So that means you might have to cut your fat a little bit from breakfast or from lunch, or vice versa. Maybe you want a fattier breakfast, so then you would have a leaner meat at night. So it's just really all about that balance, training your body to be craving those certain kinds of foods. And then once you are done with the dieting phase, we go into maintenance, and that's when we start pulling away the tracking. We start to eat more intuitively, but you really can't eat intuitively until you train your body to want this kind of set amount of food at this time with these kind of macros. So it really can be done. Your body adjusts so quickly. And at beginning, when you first start a diet, of course, it's hard. But I think that you find like 10 days in and you're like, all right, it gets a lot easier. And same with the tracking. It's not really that hard to track your macros. So it takes a little bit of finagling at first, but just like anything else, you get used to it. So that is why I recommend tracking your macros to get you your best results. And then once you're done dieting, you can maintain your weight and not have to track at all. And you'll be able to eat intuitively. And that's what I want for all of my online clients. If you have any questions whatsoever, please, I'm going to leave a link to my email. Send me an email and I will get back to you. If you want to work one-on-one with me, please reach out. I'd be more than happy to work with you.